Yes, good morning. This is NJ here. Welcome to English speaking class. Guys, girls, my students, viewers, listeners, श्रोताओं, अस्सलाम वालेकुम, मरहबा, सबल खैर, जी आया हूँ, सत श्री अकाल. Dear students, today we are going to view the narration. We will see the use of let, how the statements with the let are changed from direct speech to indirect speech, and the statements of giving commands. We will also discuss them, how to change them into indirect speech. Let's start our lesson. अज़ीज़म तुलबा, आज हम नरेशन, जिसे कि डायरेक्ट स्पीच, बराह रास्त गुफ्तगू और बिलवास्ता गुफ्तगू कहा जाता है, both of these are commonly used in speaking, and these are also taught in classes in schools and colleges. These are of great importance. Narration is of great importance. It is a valuable spoken key in speaking. Let's start our lesson behind on whiteboard. The first statement you see, my students, it's an indirect speech. Direct speech इसे बराह रास्त गुफ्तगू कहा जाता है. Direct speech is always in two parts. First part is, you see here, he said to us, उसने हमसे कहा. He said to us, this is a direct speech, ये बराह रास्त गुफ्तगू है. He said to us, comma, inverted comma start, and second part is inside the commas. Let us play, commas close, full stop, let us play, आओ खेलें. He said to us, comma, inverted comma start, let us play, आओ खेलें. This is said to be a direct speech. The students, direct speech is always in two parts. He said to us, comma, this is the first part, and comma start, let us play, commas close, आओ खेलें. He said to us, उसने हमसे कहा, let us play, उसने हमसे कहा, आओ खेलें. Let's see its change, how it's going to change to indirect speech. आइए देखते हैं कि बिलवास्ता गुफ्तगू में ये कैसे चेंज होगी और इसके लिए कौन से रूल्स we have to apply, because the statement is in let us play. Let is always used. I must clear to you that let is used to allow permission, to grant permission. Let is used in meaning of to granting permission. Let's see how it's going to change in indirect speech. आइए ये देखिए बिलवास्ता गुफ्तगू. यहाँ पे indirect speech, you may see, my students, indirect speech you see here. He invited us to play. You see here, he invited us to play. Now say that by rules, because he is offering us to play, so by said to is removed by invited. He invited us because us is here, so it will stand as it is. He invited us to play, and we will add in the end to play. Commas will be removed, and we add here to for the second part to connect both parts. So you see, he invited us to play. उसने हमें खेलने के लिए दावत दी. He invited us to play. उसने हमें खेलने के लिए दावत दी. This is the case of let. In case of let, we can use to by removing commas. We will write to, and then we will add the verb form. So this is the case in case let. So a beautiful statement here. He invited us to play. उसने हमें खेलने की दावत दी. He invited us to play. उसने हमें खेलने के लिए मदऊ किया. He invited us to play. उसने हमें खेलने के लिए मदऊ किया. He invited us to play. उसने हमें खेलने के लिए मदऊ किया. So very easy to change the direct speech having let into indirect speech. Let's move to the next statement. आइए अगले जुमले की तरफ बढ़ते हैं. Yes, my students, next direct speech is, she said, comma, inverted comma start, call in Bano. Bano को अंदर बुलाओ. Call in Bano को अंदर बुलाइए. Commas close, full stop. She said, this is a direct speech. She said, call in Bano. This is a conversation between two parties. She said, उसने कहा, comma, inverted comma start, call in Ben, comma is closed, full stop. This is another beautiful statement in direct speech. बराह रास्त गुफ्तगू में ये और खूबसूरत जुमला है. अजीज़म स्टूडेंट्स, अजीज़म तलबा, he said, comma inverted comma start, call in Ben, call in Ben. She said, उसने कहा call in Ben, call बानो को अंदर बुलाइए. Let's see if change. How it's going to change into direct speech. आइए देखते हैं बिलवास्ता गुफ्तगू में कैसे चेंज होगा. You see my students, in direct speech, she ordered to call in piano. She ordered to call in piano. So to beautify the statement and by rules, this is a command. This is a command. This is an order. So she said call in piano, and we will put here ordered instead of said. She ordered to call in piano. She ordered to call in piano. उसने बालों को अंदर बुलाने का हुक्म दिया. She ordered to call in piano. उसने बालों को अंदर बुलाने का हुक्म दिया. She ordered to call in piano. Again, approaching to the commas, we add two instead of commas. So removing commas, we always add two in commands, in orders. So this is a command or request. So in request or command, we add two when we change the statement into in indirect speech, and approaching to the comma we add two. Let's read this out again. You see my student, direct speech is she said, comma inverted comma start, call in Bano, comma close. She said, उसने कहा, comma start, call in Bano, comma close, बानों को अंदर बुलाइए. And changes in that speech, you see, she ordered to call in Bano. She ordered to call in Bano. उसने बानों को अंदर बुलाने का हुक्म दिया. She ordered to call in Bano. उसने बानों को अंदर बुलाने का हुक्म दिया. Again you see, said is replaced by ordered, and approaching to the commas, we eliminate the commas and write two instead of commas while changing to indirect speech. So she ordered to call in Bano. She ordered to call in Bano. उसने बानों को अंदर बुलाने का हुक्म दिया. She ordered to call in Bano. उसने बानों को अंदर बुलाने का हुक्म दिया. Let's proceed to the next statement. आइए अगले जुमले की तरफ बढ़ते हैं. Next statement you see here, my students. Direct speech you see. बराह रास्त गुफ्तगू में देखिए. Ben said to me. Ben said to me. Ben ने मुझसे कहा. Let us go home. Let us go home. Ben said to me. Ben ने मुझसे कहा. Let us go home. We have to add the commas here. This is the first part. And Ben said to me, comma inverted comma start, let us go home. आओ घर चलें. Let us go home. आओ घर चलें. I will add the commas. We will close the commas and full stop. So, you see my students. Now we read it again. Ben said to me. Ben ने मुझसे कहा, comma inverted comma start, let us go home. Commas close. आओ घर चलें. Let us go home. आओ घर चलें. Ben said to me, comma inverted comma start, let us go home. Again you see my students, this is a direct speech between two parties. Ben said to me, Ben ने मुझसे कहा, comma inverted comma start, let us go home. आओ घर चलें. Commas close, full stop. Here you see my students, we have again let, use of let in narration. It's a beautiful statement. Ben said to me, let us go home. Ben said to me, let us go home. Ben ने मुझसे कहा आओ घर चलें. Comments close, full stop. Let's see how it's going to change. तो indirect speech आइए देखते हैं कि ये बिलवास्ता गुफ्तगू में कैसे चेंज होता है. You see my students, Ben proposed me. Ben proposed me to go home. 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 Ben ने मुझे घर जाने की तजवीज़ दी. Ben proposed me to go home. Again you see my students, said is replaced by proposed, and when we go to the commas, we write two instead of commas, we remove commas, and then we put go and home. So you see here, Ben proposed me to go home. Ben ने मुझे घर जाने की तजवीज़ दी. Ben proposed me to go home. Ben proposed me to go home. Ben ने मुझे घर जाने की तजवीज़ दी. Ben proposed me to go home. Ben proposed me to go home. Ben ने मुझे घर जाने की तजवीज़ दी. Ben proposed me to go home. Another beautiful statement. Ben said to me. Ben ने मुझसे कहा, comma inverted comma start. Let us go home. आओ घर चलें. Let us go home. आओ घर चलें. And Indirect speech, you see, Ben proposed me to go home. Ben ने मुझे घर जाने की तजवीज़ दी. Ben ने मुझे घर जाने की तजवीज़ दी. Here your students, these are very important statements with the let and order, command and request. Memorize these statements and the rules. It's easy to change them from direct speech to indirect speech. I wish you all the best. I'll see you again. Goodbye.